Disclaimer: this is audio horror fiction. If darkness or the creatures it holds scares you, leave now. Still listening? Good. Then let's begin. Really, I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're a quiet family. Yeah, Judy and I had some rough spots, but we've gotten past all that now. It's Thursday, and I get home from work around 4. I walk in the front door and close it quickly behind me because the AC is running in the living room. I know it's September, but Judy prefers the house cold. "Hey Jude," I call out as I kick off my shoes. We don't wear shoes in the house. Keeps it cleaner. There's a fly buzzing at me. I swat at it. Judy never really liked the Beatles, but I like a few of their songs. When we first went out, I teased her about how she must really like that song. I thought it was funny. Sometimes I sing it to her. The answering machine light is flashing. Yeah, I know it's pretty lame to still have a landline, but I don't like cell phones so much. I mean, what if they do stuff to your head? Remember, it wasn't that long ago people thought cell phones gave you cancer. Sure, they say it's safe, but really, how much can you trust the government or corporations? They're just out to make a buck. Judy likes cell phones. She likes to text. Her phone always makes stupid sounds. For a while, it was like she paid more attention to her cell phone than the baby. We fought a lot about that. Not anymore. We're past all that stuff. Anyway, the light is flashing. Push the button.
Daryl, it's your mother.
Why does she feel like she has to identify herself? It's not like I can't tell it's her. She smokes a pack a day at least and has that well-worn voice of a lifelong smoker. There's a hacking cough and then she continues.
Why don't you call me?
Because you're a nag.
I miss Charlie. Why don't you bring him to visit me? He's my only grandbaby and it's been months since I got to spoil him.
My hair feels itchy again. God, mother, shut up. I rub at my scalp. It's been dry a lot lately, I think. Or something. I don't know. That stupid fly is back. Or maybe it's a different one. Really, I don't think you can tell one fly from another. Is she still talking? Oh, good. She ran out of time. Still, I should call her back, I guess. I know the number by heart. People that rely on cell phones don't remember phone numbers anymore. I have a talent. Mom picks up on the second ring.
Why don't you visit me?
Is her way of saying hello. I've been busy, Mom.
I don't like you keeping Charlie away from me. He's only 3 months old and I've only gotten to see him a handful of times. What sort of son does that to his own mother?
She's trying to make me feel guilty again. I pluck a few strands of my hair while she is trying to needle me with her guilt. I wonder if I take out all my hair if it'll stop itching so much.
And why haven't you been seeing Dr. Clive more?
Because she's an oppressive bitch just like you. I'd love to say that, but I don't. I don't need to see her anymore, Mother.
Oh?
Disbelief. That's familiar.
So you and Judith know more than your therapist. You just worked out all your problems on your own then.
Mocking voice. Also familiar. Actually, yes. I'm telling the truth and that feels good. It's fine now, Mom. We're not fighting anymore.
So she's not leaving you?
I'm studying the strands of hair I pulled. I got the roots out. That's good. That means that it can't grow back, doesn't it? I think it's like weeds. Weeds don't grow back as long as you rip out the root. Hair works the same way, doesn't it? I'll just pull a few more, just 'cause it's still itchy. She's not leaving me. It's fine. I fixed everything. Mom thinks I'm incapable of fixing anything. She's so wrong. She never has any faith in me. Thinks I destroy everything I touch. What does she know? I gotta go, Mom. I promised Judy I'd pick up a pizza for dinner. That is a lie, but I just wanted to be off the phone now. I talked to her, and I'll get her off my back for a while anyway. Now that I said I was getting a pizza, I suppose I should though. Judy is a terrible cook, although I'm too polite to say so. And now I'm hungry for pizza anyway. I leave and come back with a large cheese pizza. Judy and the baby are at the table, of course. I put a slice for each of them on paper plates. I know it's not green or whatever, but you can recycle paper, right? And doing dishes wastes water. So I don't know, maybe it's better for the environment. Judith doesn't eat her slice. Maybe I should have gotten pepperoni. You haven't been eating much lately, Jude. All I get in response is that faraway look she sometimes have. I let it go. Girls can be weird about their weight, and I know better than to press the subject. I sit a slice in front of Charlie in his little high chair. He doesn't seem all that interested in it. A curious fly lands on his slice, and I swat it away. I should get more fly strips tomorrow, is what I'm thinking. Everyone says flies are really dirty, but I don't see how. I mean, they're so little, how much dirt could they really carry? Might be one of those overhyped government fear tactics. The whole war on drugs was a big lie, you know. It was set up by Nancy Reagan. You know she was all up in arms about crack babies. There's no such thing as a crack baby. They made all that shit up. It's true. That you can look up. Right. Anyway, so maybe pizza isn't the best food for a 3-month-old. I don't know. I take a big bite of mine and make a show of how tasty it is, and encourage Charlie to try some. My audience doesn't take the bait. I am throwing away the paper plates when I notice the answering machine light is blinking again. Someone must have called while I was out. I adjust the AC unit in the kitchen window first. Most likely my mother calling to belittle me over something. My head itches again. I'm pretty sure my hair is doing something to the inside of my skull to make it itch so damn much. I set the AC to 2. 0 has the most snowflakes pictured next to it. 5 has the fewest. Push the button. Judy, if you're there, honey, please pick up the phone. Judith's dad. What an asshole. Why can't he shrivel up and die? Your mother and I are worried about you. It's been almost a month. I haven't seen you or spoken to you. I just need to hear your voice, baby girl. Your boss said you haven't been to work. God, please, pick up the phone. She doesn't want to talk to you, old man. Take the hint. The texts, they just don't sound like you. I need to know everything's alright. If that asshole... The machine cuts him off. Smart machine. 2 flies are walking across the table. One stops and does that weird rubbing its feet together thing. Flies look like tiny plotting supervillains when they do that. Okay, I admit to using Judy's cell phone a few times to text the old man, but she wasn't going to tell him off, so I had to. He's so loud all the time. Why does he always have to bother us? I don't like the way he talks to Judy. He's always yelling at her, and I saw some of the texts that he sent her. He hates that she decided to have our baby. He hates that she's with me. He's jealous is what it boils down to. When you think about it, it's like I came in and stole his daughter from him. He tells her shit like, Judith, you deserve better than him, when he means that she should stay there with him. I think he might be one of those perverts, you know. I text him for our own good. It's better if her dad stays away from us. He's called here a few times. We don't return his calls. I think maybe it's better to ignore him. It's been a long day. I pick up Charlie and put him in his crib. His crib is in our bedroom because Judy read something about the importance of bonding or something. I forget if I'm supposed to lay him on his back or his stomach. My mother had said stomach, but Judith got mad at me and we had a fight about how that was wrong and you have to lay him on his back. I get confused because what difference does it make? Apparently, you're not supposed to put a blanket on him or put any stuffed animals in the crib with him either. That seems stupid to me too. So he just has to lay there? Okay, well, I'm too tired to think about it. I get really irritable when I'm tired. I check the AC in Charlie's room. It's humming. I like the humming. It's like one big sound machine in the house. White noise. Why is it called that? Maybe black noise sounded too racist. I laugh. Judith is still in the kitchen looking sullen. I know what will cheer her up. Judy loves action movies. I turn on the TV and flip through the channels until I find something I think she'd like. The couch is comfy and before too long I'm asleep. Morning, rise and shine. I'm a morning person. I don't even need alarm clocks anymore. You know, if I set an alarm, I always wake up 5 minutes before it's set to go off. Always. It's like my mind is counting the time when I'm sleeping. Neat, huh? I get ready for the day, get Charlie out of the crib and put him into the high chair. Then I make toast. Set the toaster to 4. Anything higher than that ends up charred. Anything lower gives you plain old bread. Toasters are not well thought out machines. I kiss Judith and Charlie and head out. There's a big silver minivan parked on my block. A man gets out as soon as I close the door behind me and he's walking toward me. He looks mad. He looks familiar. I pocket my keys and decide to ignore him. Hey! He is shouting. The voice is familiar. Judy's dad. I scratch at my head. I should shave my head. No, that wouldn't help though, would it? Judy's dad is in my way and yelling at me. I demand to see my daughter. You can't keep her from me, you psycho. So loud. Why is he always so loud? I cover my ears with my hands. He grabs my arm to pull my hands down. I'm sick. He has such large hands, like hams, and they're sweaty and too hot and clammy. I feel that moisture through my sleeve. I'm pulling away from him and he is still yelling at me. I don't hear much of what he is yelling. I know he says something about he'll call the police. I just want him away from me. I try to push past him and I think I tell him to go away, to leave us alone. It all happened so fast, you know. 1 minute he's shaking me by the shoulders, yelling in my face, and I can smell his stale coffee breath. And the next minute he's taking my keys from my jacket pocket and he's going to my door. I think I hit him a few times, but he's a big man, burly. I suppose it's what you might call him, brutish. He's opening my door and yelling, and now crying and yelling. Judith's dad is outside now. He's vomiting into some shrubs that I never got around to trimming. Judy nagged me about that a lot before we fixed things. It's too much noise now and I just want to sit down. So I do. The grass is cool and I lay down in it and cover my face with my arms because right now it's just too much. Just like before. I had to make them quiet. It wasn't exactly what I meant to do, but in a way it worked out alright. We were fighting. I don't remember what about. We argued a lot then. She said she was going to leave me. I didn't want her to leave and I blocked the door. And she tried to push me aside and I pushed her back because it's okay to push a girl. I mean, you can't hit them, but she pushed me first and it wasn't like I meant for her to hit her head. But she was so quiet after that for a little while. Then she wasn't quiet and she began screaming at me. I didn't like that. I just wanted her to stop screaming. Do you know how girls scream? It's so high-pitched. It like pierces your ears. It gets right up into your head and it just electrifies everything inside of it. It's like buzzing and bleeding in there. I know that sound comes from air vibrated through your voice box. There's some fancy word for voice box, but I don't know that. But your voice box is in your throat. I couldn't push her again, and I didn't dare hit her, so I just sort of made her voice box quiet. It took a while. I wasn't sure if I should, but once I had my hands on her neck and I squeezed, she started to be quieter. If I let up on her, she screamed again, so I'd squeeze some more. I told her to stop screaming. I let up on her a bit and she started to make tears and said she wouldn't leave. I just had to let her go. And I told her I didn't want to let her go. When you know it, she started screaming again. I might have crushed her voice box then. It's sort of hard to remember exactly. Judy was always the one to do the baby stuff. I mean, I don't know. Charlie was really little and sometimes I would get anxious and nervous because he's like just squirmy and makes weird sounds. I switched diapers for him and did stuff when Judy told me what to do. But he cried so much. Maybe he preferred Judy. She knew what to feed him and how much and when. I mean, how do you know what the hell it's trying to say? All it does is cry. So much crying. I figured I could make it stop crying too. I just covered his mouth for a bit. I'm not sure how long. Long enough to make it stop. I just wanted it to be quiet so I could think. Babies are really small. My hand could cover his mouth and nose. And my hands are nowhere near as big as Judy's dad's. I held my hand there and then it was quiet. It's been so quiet and peaceful since then. I mean, I really don't see why you're asking all these questions and stuff, officer. It's okay now. Judy had promised she wasn't going to leave me. We don't fight anymore. Really. We're just a quiet family. Thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like and make sure to share and subscribe to help feed the dark machine.